Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler, baby. I know heartbreaks, setbacks, bitch, if I crap out, I'm sure I'ma get back. I've been through the ups and downs, you know I get around, so to me, it's all a part of the game. Make money, make money. When shit hit the fan, we'll take money. Southside. The love is real, y'all. Y'all don't hear me, though. Y'all don't even hear me, though. Gotta be. You don't even understand that I am humbled to be back again with you to chat it up, chop it up about that good Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 4, Episode 2, entitled It's All Love. I am your humble and most honorable host, Real. And this episode is brought to you by none other than liquor. That dark liquor. Can it be said the darker the liquor, the sweeter the taste? I don't know about all of that. We gonna play it cool tonight, you know. So let's just jump right in and get down to brass tacks, shall we?
House music.
Let's start off tonight with Juke. Everybody's favorite, old Jukebox. Was singing quite the tune this episode, wasn't she? Being all she could goddamn be. Had Juke up in basic training, giving a damn. She doing push-ups and running, jumping over mud holes. Had Juke leading teams through war-based drills and getting her Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Vegas on. Y'all remember that? Giving commands and you know. Like Juke was doing the damn thing. Looked like a natural leader. I mean, she was seriously giving it a go. Till one day she was doing a routine push-up. Noticed a partner of hers wasn't out there with the group. Next thing she know, he getting escorted out the building in his civilian clothes. This mofo was getting booted up out that joint. Y'all remember that old military policy of don't ask, don't tell? Well, somebody told on this mofo. Like somebody was like, F that, I'm telling. Told authorities this mofo was looking at butts and nuts. Had some skin-on-skin, men-on-film paraphernalia under his mattress, you know. Y'all don't know what the I'm talking about. Fella had them guy-on-guy booty magazines up in the barracks. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. Brought his ass to the office. Sat little player down. I heard the conversation started off a little something like this. Young man. There's no need to be down, I said, young man. Pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man. They told his ass if he wanted to be a macho man, well, his ass needed to find the nearest goddamn YMCA. Told little player it was fun to stay at the YMCA. You know, not so fun up in this place here. Told him the why. Well, that's where all his people was at, you know, in the village. Got his ass the up out of there. Juke wasn't feeling that shit at all, you know, as told to her by one of her army colleagues. My man was like, good riddance. I don't want no fingers in my booty hole while we in the He said he ain't want no fingers in his booty hole while they were in the trenches. He like, good riddance. Like they gonna be at war and a mofo just gonna start touching his ass. You know, bullets flying everywhere. Cats just trying to make it out alive, living minute by minute, second by second, trying not to lose their minds. Fuck a bullet, f the Viet Cong or wherever they at. He worrying about somebody, unbeknownst to his rusty ass, going thumb ham up between his ass cheeks. In wartime. This stupid mofo. Juke wasn't feeling that at all. You know, Mr. Bingham tried to tell her that the army might not be the place for her. You know, she peeped that went AWOL as a mofo, didn't she? Wound up in the ATL, down at Spelman, made her way down 85, popped up on old Aisha campus. Like, surprise! Popped up on old Aisha campus and all of that. Next thing we know, Aisha and Juke go back to Aisha dorm, where Juke made her way downtown. Popped up on Aisha from under them bed sheets. Like, popped up on Aisha from under them bed sheets like, and what? Like she had a bucket of KFC under that piece. You gotta go downtown. That's the way to my love. Hit Aisha off with some dome and all of that, you know. To that good SWV. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control when something takes over me. I want you to stay with me. That's what Juke thought Aisha was going to be on it. I want you to stay with me. You know, especially after she just hit off with some dome. No. Ain't quite go like that. Aisha bust that lit up a joint. She like, how long they let you out for, little boo? When you going back? Juke took a hit off the joint. Tells Aisha. She pieced up out of there, you know. Went a little AWOL. Just a little bit. Said she ain't going back. Hit Aisha with that tribe, you know, that tribe called Quest. She like, maybe I could just kick it here with you for a minute, you know. Chill here, see what that college thing do. Can I kick it? No, you can't. Can I kick it? No, you can't. Well, I'm gone. Go on. Aisha was like, go on then. But if looks could kill, Aisha would have been locked up for killing the vibe. But Juke just killed her vibe. Aisha was looking like, mofo, what? Oh, hell no, I just got up in this. And she nicely let Juke down, and lets her know just that. Told Juke a lot has happened since they parted ways. Basically telling Juke without telling Juke that she a triathlete, She tried a little bit of this, trying a little bit of that. Aisha probably got cats and kittens running all up and through them sheets. Told Juke she was happy to see her. But right now she just trying to figure out who she is. Told Juke she needed to do that on her own. Which basically means you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck up out of here. Juke can dig it. At some point, pieces up out of there. And she pieces up out of there. Heads back to Queens. Back home to Marvin, who's happy to see her. Happier to get on to some happier conversations than the one he having with Stefano right now. Because Marvin done got into some shit, didn't he? Stefano hit Marvin up again, after the first little job. And we catch them cigar smoking out on Stefano's little fish store patio, yucking it up. Stefano tell Marvin going good with his people. Tells him his daughter and Tommaso had that little trip to Jamaica. Brought back a little bambito, Tell Marvin he about to be pop-popping. Hits Marvin with another job. I was feeling for Marvin ass because he was too caught up to say no. Stefano tell him he got a bookie in Corona who's a good earner, but he's skimming off the top. Tells Marvin nothing crazy, just ring his bell a little. Like you did Tommaso, see who answers. Told him to ring the man bell. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. Ding dong ding, ding dong ding. At some point he heads out to meet with the bookie. Braxton, what they call him. Old school player, Marvin come in the door of Braxton's establishment in a little pool hall or something. Braxton had that old shit playing, didn't he? Had that good BT Express playing, Come on and do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied. Come on and do it. Come on and do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied. I digress like a mofo. Marvin rolled up in the spot. Door was open, but it was after hours. Braxton holler out they closed. Marvin like, I ain't here for 8-ball, fella. But he damn sure did put Braxton ass in the corner pocket. Smacked the shit out of his ass with the pool stick like blow. Put his ass on the ground. Old player finagles, then fumbles the gun pull out on Marvin. Marvin like, look, I'm just here to tell you that your people in Queens want you to stop skimming off the bets, that's all. Old player Braxton don't like this one bit, and he wasn't afraid to express it. He on the floor floundering like a fish out of water. Marvin smacked a goddamn tumor out his motherfucking head. This mofo Braxton had a goddamn demon knot on his. Braxton got the feeling that big ass knot. Knot was about as big as his goddamn mouth. He like, oh, that. Gave Marvin ass the business. Told Marvin he make too much money for Stefano for Marvin to do anything to his ass. Called Marvin a bitch ass. Said the white man got him sweeping up after him. Called Marvin ass bookman. Sweeping up after Stefano. Just then he hit a nerve. Got on Marvin's last good nerve. Pushed Marvin easy button. Called him a steppin' fetch it. You know, old school ass mofo. Said he called all the shots, Braxton. And all Marvin do is run the errands. Called his ass the errand boy. Then Marvin put 2 hot slugs in Braxton's ass. One in each man tit. Like blow, blow. He like, I bet you didn't call them 2 shots, mofo, did ya? Gave him another one for good measure. Blow. Sadly for Marvin, this was a you know you done f***ed up moment. You know you done f***ed up. Was he doing them odd jobs anyway? Marvin pieced up out of there, putting the 8-ball in the corner pocket as he left out. Ain't that some shit? Left a little DNA for a mofo. And it's funny because a day or 2 ago, he and Rock were in the lawyer's office, the lawyer Andre, heard about the task force disbanding, you know, because the feds found Howard's body next to Ronnie. Said he, and he alone, Howard that is, was in the drug trade with some foreign nationals. Andre told them they could relax a little because their eyes were off of them now that this task force was disbanded. Rock told Marvin, don't be cozying up with no more white cats now, Marvin, and you won't have no more troubles. But cozy up he did. And after this little pool hall hijinks, about to get heavy. My man was not having a good day. Because earlier, prior to this, Marvin almost had to bust his gun again. Went down to the Chinese restaurant, you know, to go and get some product. They holler out Marvin order, and this kid start bagging it up, you know. But he stole a pack, you know, while he was bagging it. Hit Marvin with that, 1 for you, 1, 2 for me. Hit him with that pookie, but Marvin peeped it. Now, I don't know why the number 37 didn't ring no bells for everybody. Marvin ran up on him, pulled out the gat, told little homie to drop his drawers. Is it drawers or draws? Because, you know, little player pulled some lint out his pocket. Marvin wasn't having none of it. He got a little disrespectful with the name calling, you know. Tells him to drop his draws. Draws get dropped. Bloop. All you saw was ass, cheek, and leak. Goddamn 20 ounces of cocaine fell out. Marvin like, mofo, I will stir fry your ass. Owner talked him down from busting a cap in his young ass. Marvin took his order, pieced up out of there, but only after confirming that they put the extra fortune cookies up in that piece, you know. Because Marvin a eating mofo. Keep telling y'all. At some point, Marvin head down to the Happy Acres, you know, to see the Pines. Goes to pick Lulu up and take him out of the rehab joint. You know, his stint is over. Brings Lulu home. They get a little rap on the way. Random shit, you know. talking about random shit, little talk about famous, they feelings on therapy, little shit like that. Lulu get home, his place was all f***ed up. Like when Kenan Ivory Wayans came home from the war in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Like when he came home from the war and his mother was like, baby, I left your room just the way you had it when you left. And that mofo went in his room. It was a goddamn fly and funk fest. He was like, oh, flies was buzzing and shit. Soon as Lulu hit the damn door, goddamn Egg Foo Young and empty Tito's bottles was every goddamn where. Drawers was on the floor. In the living room. Is it drawers or draws? You know, roaches was everywhere up in that piece. Goddamn crab rangoon cartons was... Goddamn crab rangoon cartons was tipped over. Juice bottles was laying under old hockey jerseys. I mean, Lulu place was goddamn despicable. Why ain't nobody clean Lou shit up? At least put the food away. This mofo gonna have to move now. But he got to cleaning shit up. Eventually goes down to Low Street Records. Meets up with Shirley's guy, Lowell Gelfin, who been waiting on Lou ass, you know. Cause they done put Famous record out. Famous ain't nowhere to be found. Lou was up in the Happy Acres. Nobody to celebrate that success with. Cause the record was doing good on the street. Lowell ready to get down to business. And him and Lou get a rap. He tell Lou he went to rehab too. So don't sit up here and act like you special. He like I had all the vices. Drugs, liquor, ass. Mo ass. This mofo had more habits than Cool C. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. He like you name it, I had it, went to rehab for it, you know. Tells Lou he want him to run his hip-hop label. You know, said he got some cats on the hip-hop side. But he don't know hip-hop like that, you know. Lou tells him he peeped his roster. Told him the only good cat he had is busting bricks up in the chain gang, you know. Up in the clink. B Rilla is his name. Tells Lowell he ain't really ready for a gig like that right now. You know, he just getting out of rehab. He need to figure out what the hell his life is about right about now. Said he needs some time to think. Gelfin tells him, just go meet with B Rilla, you know. And if you like him and you decide you want the gig, you got it. And at some point, Lulu go to meet B Rilla up in prison. Tells B Rilla he feeling his style, he feeling his flow. B Rilla tell him and Gelfin held the whole music industry can go kick rocks. Said he been signed to Gelfin for 2 years and still getting that government cheese. He like, why you think I'm here right now? And they come to an understanding that if Lou can get him out of prison, they might could do some work, you know. Lou got his ass out that night. Had his ass on a Cafe Vu open mic stage in less than 8 hours. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna need to tighten up this glass, you know. Tightening up to turn up, you know. 1 sec.
Believe me, it's easy. We #1 effortlessly. The unit. pussy nigga come around me. Moving, I put a hollow through it. I leave your body oozing. I don't know who confused them. Who confused them?
Now, going back to when Rock and Marvin found out that the task force was dropped and they was in the clear, well, Captain Baptiste was leaving that press conference on a different page than the rest of the NYPD and the FBI. He wasn't feeling how they spun the press conference, you know. I mean, Howard might have been dirty, for all they know, and he damn sure looked it. But in his heart felt Howard wasn't put down the way they said he was. You know, Baptiste felt like the person that put Howard down is probably the same one who popped his noggin some time ago, didn't finish the job. Ain't convinced it was based on some drug hit, and doesn't like the fact that a cop murder is gonna get closed out, improperly addressed and answered. He ain't feeling that shit at all. Brings in Detective Garcia. Relays all of this to his ass. Tells him this is his little passion project, you know, to find out who the f killed Howard. Little thing he want to get done before he retires, which is in like 6 months or so. Puts Garcia on the trail. Tells him he a one-man show and not to whisper this to nobody. Baptiste gonna wind up messing up his damn pension. He gonna wind up messing his shit up like that cat on the wire, Bunny Colvin, you know. Remember Bunny Colvin ass got bumped up to major? Went rogue. Authorized goddamn Amsterdam. A drug dealer haven where cats could sling that rock legally. In B-more City, could be more. That shit caught up with old Bunny's hippity-hopping ass. He was supposed to go out with a major's pay when they found out. Dropped his ass down to a lieutenant's pay. That mofo was hot. Captain Baptiste gonna mess around, find the same fate. Baptiste put Garcia on it, and he get to it. Run up on Kanan one night. Look like he been doing this on a regular. Get to him and Kanan ass up. Searches his bag, asks about Famous, about Howard. And after Kanan throw him some BS, Garcia piece up out of there. You know, gave Kanan a little gut punch before he left and all of that. Got a feeling we gonna see more of Garcia. But also got a feeling that somebody up in 5-0 gonna get caught up over this little side mission, you know, that Baptiste got going up in here. Kanan might be seeing Garcia a little more. What he ain't seeing more of right now is increased profits. He up in his spot with one of his new cats, OC. Little cat, you know. OC had that baby Nautica on. I had that same jacket in the early 90s. The same one, not in the extra small though. You know. Anyway, Crystal come in, you know, while Kanan and OC getting they rap on. Getting they chat on about the money and how it's coming in. But the profit margin ain't hitting like it used to, you know. So they gonna have to start docking cats pay and shit, you know. Like that ever goes well. OC leave out a little awkwardly. Then Crystal and Kanan get to touching and rubbing, you know. Get on them love changes. You gonna get more touching, more kissing, more squeezing, more hugging, and more what? Ooh, yeah. Love will make you oh so happy inside. Y'all know what the I'm talking about. Crystal tell Kanan to go get the Jimmy hat, you know, because it was It was about to spark off. Ding, ding, dong. The J, the I, the M, the M, the Y, the J, the I, the M is Jimmy. Come again is Jimmy. Word up. Y'all do not know what the I'm talking about. Tells him to go get a condom. Don't want no disastrous repeats. He go get it. Double back a little before he did though. He like, I could just pull out. Crystal ain't trying to be on that Killing Eve part 2. Starts to pull them little britches up, My man Kanan just Kendrick Lamar the moment. Killed the vibe and all of that. Kanan like, what's the big deal? If it go down, I'll just pay for another. He like, I got the bread. Spoken like the selfish player he is. The selfish young player. She ain't feeling his ass one bit. Says she would like a baby. That she could love and that would love her back. In which he replies, it don't always go down that way, Based on what he know. Crystal go back to pre-butter breakup Crystal. Get a little feisty with Kanan. Tells him just cause you and your mom relationship a little funky, don't mean me and mine's gonna be that way. Now, not that I believe in this method of response, because I don't. But I thought my man was gonna Arthur Ashe backhand little Crystal ass. Her was harsh and on a super core, super sensitive subject matter. But before Kanan could fully process it, to even come around to that type of thinking, if he be that type of thinker, Crystal hit him with a secondary topic, a follow-up. Tells him how she know he talking to other chicks. He like, man, them just hood rats, Them ain't chicks. He like, don't worry about them. She peace up out of there. Now, what do young cats do when they fresh up out they mama house? Go back home, wash clothes? Even if they got a washer in the building or in their crib. And that's where at some point we find Kanan Stark at his mama house, tearing up the spin cycle. Kanan hit Rock off with them funds, cause now he getting his work from he mama. Tells her he need that re-up. Yo, moms, I need that re-up. She tell him she need to connect with Quan before he hit them off with more work. He peace up out of there. She go down to Quan's Happy Casino and Bootleg Entertainment Extravaganza. My man Quan was frank as with Rock. Skipped all the pleasantries. He like, I'm raising your prices by 20%. Talk to you later. Hit her with that Willy Wonka. Good day, sir. I said good day, sir. No explanation. Rock like, you can't talk to me like that. You can't do that. He like, the I can. Beat it. Had that cold blizzard air for Rock. She was looking like she wanted to Shaolin shadow box his ass, She pieced up out of there, heads down to Stefano, tells him what happened. Tells him what happened with Quan. Stefano like, ain't really nothing I can do. He talking like he just a broker of sorts. He like, I take this person over here, and I put them with this person over here, and I back the out. Keep his ass out of things. She like, why I gotta get my work from Quan? What if I want to be the new Quan? He like, if you know a mofo with poppy fields and the means to get that back and forth, when you got that going, then we'll talk. Tells her he interested in that discussion, actually, you know. Like he already seeing that arrangement, if she can pull it off. Like Christmas done came early for his ass. Like, looked like visions of rock sugar plums was dancing in his head and all of that. She piece up out of there. And after dealing with that little bit of business, at some point finds herself down at Snap, Crackle, and Pop spot. Them cool ass, moody ass, coordinating, cold, and calculated mofos. Rock and Kanan come down to give back the last of the money, you know, that Kanan owed to Snaps and Pop for their investment in Ronnie and Kanan business. Rock like, y'all leaving now. They like, yep, that look about right on the investment, but not the return, not so fast. And they get to educating Kanan ass on how that return work, you know. Tell him he could keep his original weed money that was made before him and Ronnie. You know, he had that shit going on before they little business. But that dope money, them H sales, gonna have to break some players off of that little fella. Kanan ain't feeling that at all. Get a little uptight about the situation. Starts to take Snaps and Pop to task. They tell his ass to step the nice way, you know, cause his mama was looking on. Told him to come back when he done simmered down now, you know, simmered down now. He looking at his mama like, a little help here? Rock like, hey, look, you wanted to be in the game, little player? You got all the damn answers? I ain't got nothing to do with you and Ronnie little deal. You know, you did that on your own. Goddamn Snaps and Pop don't play. Had the ominous music playing in the background and shit. Think them mofos sweet like cereal if you want. You know, they got the little 380 up under the table. Both of them. Hammers cocked. All that joking they was on last season, that little lightheartedness, ended soon as that business got up and running, didn't it? Motherfucking niceness ceased to exist, didn't it? All that little playfulness was cool and shit, you know, the little jittering and jattering. Kanan and Rock pieced up out of there as a cooler head on Kanan prevailed. Rock get to school and Kanan outside the Snaps and Pop joint. Told Kanan be careful with them too. You know, like these mofos ain't get to where they are just by cooling like Levert. You know, these mofos ain't just cooling. These players got wisdom. They old. And they got bodies on them. She trying to calm Kanan ass down. Like, this ain't the end of the world, young fella. Be cool. Take notes. But a young green-ass little player But a young green-ass little player gonna be a young green-ass little player. Nothing you can do about that. You know, expect it. She told his ass he was alive 'cause of her moves. Said he may not like her decisions. He may not like her moves. But he loved the results. Told Kanan he loved her style. He just ain't know it. Kanan ain't feeling none of this shit. His pocket about to take a serious hit. And here he is thinking he about to level up. After starting his crew, taking Ronnie out. You know, he feel like he doing the right things. And if we keeping it a buck, he did level up a little bit. But he had hella more levels to go before he get on that rock playing field. His ass is light years away the way he moving. Hopped in his ride, his little Benz. Pieced up out of there. But before he did, Rock gave him the opportunity to peace out. Leave the game altogether. Told him family is one thing, but being a business partner, especially in this game, well, that's something different. And trust is everything in this business right about now. Kanan leave up out of there, not feeling that whole vibe, but it is what it is. Meets up with his grandma and the doctor. Doctor tells her is getting bad, and that the cancer is aggressive, starting to spread. Kanan gets his grandmother back home, tells her they shouldn't keep that shit a secret no more. Grandma like, I don't know what's harder, facing cancer or facing my goddamn kids. Ain't that some shit? Speaking of faces, Unique's looks like it's starting to clear up a little, I mean, it's starting to be less crusty, less open. I mean, Ronnie pinyated that ass, took chunks out of Unique grill. Got on that scar face. And once you get it, you wear that for life, baby. As long as his forever may be, which I predict ain't gonna be too long. Ain't gonna be too long, Because my man Unique is on the creep. He on that hunt, on that scream, that ghost face. Ghost face with a gun. He's starting to piece together the remnants of the reality he's now left with. And this f***ing with him heavy. This mofo Ronnie done took away everything with his damn antics, on top of trying to off his ass. Left Unique with nothing but faded pictures, pieces of his old life. This cat used to be the man. Name used to ring out in them streets. And now he a ghost who finds himself at his doorstep. Doorstep of his old crib. Eviction notice smack in the middle of the door. That's what his life looking like. He go up inside. Ain't shit up in there but dust, leftover bubble wrap from Pernessa moving her shit out, and a couple of misfit toys. His life is all up, and it's with him heavy. He piece up out of that ghost town, heads over to Pernessa mama crib. Continue his creep fest, peeps Pernessa bringing in some routine groceries. Them groceries look light though. Like she re-upped only for a couple days. Looked like she had some kale, some Captain Crunch going, Motherfucking Captain Crunch is my shit. Maybe a couple of spices and some milk. Unique across the street in an old Toyota my mama had when we was younger. Same color and all of that. Unique start tripping. Cause see, Pernessa used to get them honey nut Cheerios, That was Unique jam right there. The honey nut. Goddamn Ronnie done spoiled that shit. P had to go to therapy and all of that over some goddamn honey nut. Ronnie used to terrorize her ass over some goddamn Cheerios, didn't he? She'd go out, not even to the store. Pernessa would just go out the house, come back. Ronnie be like, did you get my honey nut? She had to go the fuck back out if she didn't. She probably don't ever want to see some honey, a nut, or a damn bee again. And now he see Pernessa coming up to the crib with some goddamn Captain Crunch. Like, what the f? Goddamn cereal bringing up some badass memories for Unique ass. And on top of that, she used to get the regular size box, you know. She used to get the little Slimmy. But today she had that goddamn family size joint. She had Captain Crunch in that big ass family size. Unique across the street on that in Vogue. Had his ass wondering who in the hell loving her. And I wonder who loving you. He like, who the hell up in the spot eating that much goddamn cereal? Like it's only supposed to be 2 of them. Well, 1.5, you know, with little ass Jerome. Set Unique the hell off. That goddamn Captain Crunch box set Unique the f off. He pieced up out of there. Got to creeping around some more. But now he mad as a mofo. Caught Rock coming out of a meeting with her lawyer, Andre, out a restaurant, looking like they was on a date and some shit, you know. Because they was cool with it. You know, she dressed up, he dressed up, it's dark out. That's a date. But they wasn't on a date. Like they catching up on some lawyer business. Andre was telling Rock that the feds ain't watching them now. But that could easily be reversed if they keep showing up the Stefano spot, you know. Told him that damn fish patio is hot. Stay the f off it. Said both Rock and Marvin individually have been seen on that damn hot-ass patio, frolicking, chit-chatting, cigar smoking, connecting with the big boss. Rock like Marvin? Marvin, my Marvin? Marvin Thomas? He like, oh, you ain't know? She played it down like she did. But she didn't. That was news to her ass. Andre offers her a get-out-of-jail-free card if she willing to share some dirt on Stefano. Of course Rock wasn't feeling that, but she heard him out anyway. They leave up out the joint. You know, where they show up in Unique's plain view, wrapping up business talk. And then they hugged at the end, you know. That hug as they separated could have been construed as something more than what it was. Unique wasn't feeling that shit at all. And as a result gets his first kill. Was waiting on Andre ass inside his apartment building, wasn't he? On his damn floor, near his damn door. Andre wasn't none the wiser this mofo. He go to put that key in his door. Door open up. Unique like, you fucking her? Knocks him inside like, blow. Andre ain't even have a chance to answer. Old ghost face Unique crept on top of Andre, hovered over him, put 2 in his back like. And so it begins. The reckoning. My man Unique. Rebel with a cause. The unadulterated ghost face killer. Walking through the dark.